Hey yo, it's getting spooky. Yo, this a clear picture right here from that video where that skinwalker was hiding behind the trees and ran down.
I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dolphin Dream House.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is. We're about to watch the strangest and most mysterious videos on the entire internet. But before we do that, let's like this video so we can run our numbers up in the algorithm. Subscribe to Dolphin Dream House, and thank you so much for 100 subscribers. We are so grateful to everyone who subscribed. But let's get right to the video.
Hey yo, it's getting spooky. Yo, this a clear picture right here from that video where that skinwalker was hiding behind the trees and ran down on that man that was walking his dog. All right, I'm gonna play the video so y'all this is the video right here for the people that might not have seen this video. I want y'all to watch this first, and then we're gonna talk about it. Now watch this is crazy, bro. Come on now. So it's 3 different lightings that she did. This is when it went around and wrapped around the tree. All right, that's the perfect color of it, right? Like the way that it looks. Now I'm gonna show you how it looks black and white. That's crazy. She did the whole thing black and white. That's when it first ran. It was 2 of them, bro. It had to have been 2 of them. But it ran, and then this was the second one when it stood there before it went to the tree, right? And wrapped around the tree. Now this is the first one that ran by. This is next. And that's in color. How it looked when it ran by. Bro, that's crazy. This is real. And mind you, people are thinking that it's possible that this might be that same creature that has something to do with that 911 call. We're going to talk about that next. That guy that made that 911 call when the alien ran off of his truck and bounced off his truck. This might have been that same area and that same creature, bro. With the lights, looking like it was lights on its face. Like that's, yo, bro. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only, y'all. Salute.
If that's the same creature he was talking about with the guy in the truck, I think that was around South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, dude, that 911 call freaked me out. Could you imagine driving down that country road and then something just lands on the back of your truck like that? It'd be super spooky. But if I saw that thing out in the woods while I was walking my dog, which I don't even have a dog, I would be out of there so quick. Dog can try to keep up. That's all I can say. I hope you run faster than me.
Then I realize what it is. There's a man in back of this place. He's the one who's doing it. I can see him through the wall. I hope that I never see that face ever outside the grave.
The hand gestures say it all.
Dude, they love their little symbolisms, don't they? Just the little hidden hand thing. But, dude, Fauci is messing up here lately. Let's check out this next clip because he goes up in front of Congress or the Senate or something and gets grilled by them, and it's crazy. Watch this.
Although it pains me to do so, because of the respect I have for the legislative branch of government and my decades-long record of cooperating with Congress, under the advice of my attorneys, I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution to refrain from answering your questions. Thank you.
Dr. Fauci, can you just turn around and look at the people behind you? You're not willing to do that? Look at the people who were absolutely shamed for saying what we know now to be the truth. You can't even look at them?
This video of Anthony Fauci refusing to answer any and all questions is posted by CNN. Let's just see what the comments have to say. He lied and people died. That's murder. Remember when Bonding couldn't look at the Epstein victims? This guy should be in prison. He should be charged with crimes against humanity. Dude is so guilty. The same people who support this guy are the same people who say my body, my choice. If we all plead the fifth doing something illegal, does that mean we all face no charges too? One of the greatest villains in American history. He should be in prison. He should go to jail. So as you can see, everyone says the same thing, that this guy should face accountability. Everyone, Democrat and Republicans, want this guy in prison.
Homeboy is so guilty.
Yeah, dude, come on. Everybody remembers 2020. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You remember 2020, and you had to listen to Anthony Fauci every single day. Like, we need to be wearing our masks. We need to cover our mouths and our faces and everything. He's probably wearing a realistic skin suit mask, though, and he's probably up on some island right now, hanging out with you-know-who.
Have you ever noticed how sometimes the world's biggest problems and the global elite's perfect solutions just seem to align a little too perfectly? Mainstream media tells us that everything happening to our food supply is just a series of random, chaotic coincidences. But if you just look at the actual documentation in front of you, a completely different pattern emerges. It is an open published fact that the World Economic Forum have declared a war on traditional meat consumption. Their official papers explicitly state that to hit climate goals, the world needs to shift away from livestock and move toward alternative proteins like synthetic meat, plant-based diets, and insects. They aren't hiding it. It is right there on their website. But shifting billions of people away from a diet they've eaten for millennia isn't easy. You have to change how people think. And if that doesn't work, then you have to change what their bodies can physically handle. Enter alpha-gal syndrome, a sudden massive surge in a specific tick bite, and it physically forces thousands of people to stop eating red meat and dairy by causing life-threatening allergic reactions. Mainstream fact checkers will tell you that this tick surge is just a natural environmental shift. They will claim the low-flying planes that are being seen all over rural areas are just standard government programs, and on paper those wildlife programs are real. But then you see the videos. Real, raw footage posted by independent farmers online watching boxes of ticks literally fall out of the sky and onto their private fields without their consent. And when those viral videos hit the internet, they line up pretty perfectly with the insider leaks. An anonymous post from an employee at a private charter aviation company in Ontario, Canada, claiming that they are being paid massive amounts of money to drop boxes containing millions of tick by air twice a year. Mainstream media will say that these aerial drops have nothing to do with the global agendas. They will point out that when the Bill Gates Foundation poured millions of dollars into genetically modifying ticks, it was strictly for an Asian cattle tick species to help livestock in Africa. That's what the corporate paperwork says. But look at where this company is actually based. Right in the backyard of Oxford University, the literal training ground for the World Economic Forum trustees, globalist policy writers, and technocratic elites rewriting the rules of our world. Look at this quote from the CEO of Oxitec. He openly admits that their Gates-funded project is designed to protect cattle herds and secure the global food supply. Why fund a project to protect livestock if you don't want people eating them? I mean, unless the goal isn't just about eliminating meat. Maybe it's about complete centralized control over who is allowed to produce it. Think about the pattern playing out in real time. Independent local farmers are being squeezed out by skyrocketing input costs, strict new land use laws, and freak biological tick surges that destroy the local meat industry. So ask yourself the final question. Are we watching a series of random chaotic coincidences? Or are we watching a shared global blueprint play out on our land, our food, and our bodies, where the traditional way of life is quietly dismantled and replaced by a system where a select few control the technology behind what we eat? I'm just looking at the receipts. I'm also just a conspiracy theorist. So what do you think?
Well, we know there aren't any coincidences at this point.
Yeah, the timing is too perfect for all of this. And if there's anybody who I don't want to be my nutritionist and to plan all my meals for me, that'd be Bill Gates.
At Texas Roadhouse, the honey butter for the bread doesn't actually contain any butter. You're not going to believe what's in here. When you sit down at Texas Roadhouse, you get these amazing dinner rolls and this whipped butter that looks really great. It's a honey butter, but it's actually not any butter. It's whipped soybean oil and honey. That's what's in here. That's about the worst thing you could possibly put on your bread at Texas Roadhouse. And they don't tell you this. This is a steakhouse, so I wish there were good food here. But if you don't ask for a plain steak with just salt, they're going to season your steak with seed oils and MSG. The key here is just knowing that at places like this, you can ask for better ingredients. I ordered the honey butter bread at Texas Roadhouse, but the only thing that made it worse was when I scanned this with the Reveal It app, it flagged ingredients with a high chemical, additives, and hydrogenated trans fats. So it's not just fake butter that's terrible for your health, it's a total bomb of inflammatory ingredients.
I think the moral of the story is just don't eat at Texas Roadhouse.
Or any fast food restaurant. Listen, I know I'm going to hear it in the comments. Texas Roadhouse is fast food, dude. They get their meat and their butter and all that crap off of the same truck that delivers down to Taco Bell, dude. It's all disgusting, and you should probably be cooking your own food at home. You'd be way better off eating a whole stick of butter than eating this nasty crap. Yeah, see? We've got ourselves a UFO up here in the sky.
That did look like a straight up cigar.
Yeah, come on, you're gonna go for it, kid.
In SpaceX and quietly just do whatever we want.
Elon has admitted he's an alien about 1,000 times now, and that humanity is actually from outer space.
I'm an alien.
And the world refuses to believe
Other
him.
aliens among us. I am one, but
Or you're from the future.
they don't believe me.
What do you believe?
Knock it out.
You do very well, even if I was kidnapped by aliens. or went back to my home planet, maybe.
Dude, even Elon Musk's son is demon possessed. He was like laughing like a maniacal evil genius.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they're both in some kind of weird skin suits.
Yeah, have y'all seen all the diagrams of what's underneath Elon's torso? It looks like he's harboring a Cybertruck underneath his skin suit. It's pretty weird.
What do they say in 1884 about fear? Fear. False evidence appearing real, right? Fear. Now, we know that our grandparents were tough as nails, right? You got a grandpa who could light a match with his tooth and put it out with his tongue. I had a grandpa who could do that. And so they were toughies back then. But what do they say about fear? Suppress it, bottle it up. What do? Let's see what they say. And by the way, we're a softer generation. Like, we don't build them the same anymore, man. We got to get tougher again. Weak men create good times, or hard times create strong men create good times. Boom, bang, bang. You know the drill. So, fear. Fear unalives. I have to say unalive. You know the word I'm talking about. I have to say that. Don't think because I want to or whatever. I have to say unalive. Fear unalives more than the physician. Which is weird because it's an MD who says this. He's saying fear basically hurts more people than physicians. You think he'd be like pro-physician. Anyway, he says, all forms of fear and all passions in which fear is an essential element, such as anxiety, worry, grief, envy, jealousy, anger, hatred, revenge, remorse, despondency, and despair, are mental emotions of such a nature that their nerve vibrations or messages flowing out upon the sympathetic system necessarily derange its action. They write things fancily back then. We got to write things fancy again. Every form of fear tends to depress organic energy, derange the nutritive process, produce ailments, and shorten life. Hence, fear is the natural and constant foe of vitality, health, longevity, and efficiency of everyone who experiences it! Exclamation mark. Lyman B. Sperry, MD, 1884. What does it say in the Bible 365 times? Fear not, do not be afraid, do not fear. So don't be fearful, dude. Whatever it is, I don't care. Do not fear, fear not. False evidence appearing real. Comment your thoughts below if you want me to read more out of this book now.
I absolutely believe that. Fear is like one of the lowest vibrations.
Yeah, back in the 1800s, whoever wrote that book definitely had a firm grasp on life. Firmer than most people today, that's for sure.
Taking your iPad away. You've been, ouch! Give me, ouch! I'm taking your iPad away. This is why I'm taking it away. I'm taking it away. I'm taking your iPad away. Ouch! I'm taking it away. You're not watching this video anymore. Since you want to attack, you're not watching it. You're done. You're done. Out. You're done. You're done.
He probably just needs some more iPad time.
Dude, yeah, this is getting worse than the toddlers. Even the cats are freaking out when you take their iPads away.
But that's it for the video, you guys.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us, everybody. Let's go ahead and like this video on your way out. Subscribe to Dolphin Dreamhouse. We love you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.